Welcome back to Inner Calling Astrology and our weekly Starcast. What do the planets have to say this week? Monday, the moon is in harmony-seeking Libra until 4:45 p.m., while the sun is in sizzling, simmering Scorpio. Libra's favorite refrain, why can't we all get along? And Scorpio's mantra is there's no authentic peace unless we all tell the truth. Scorpio doesn't have tolerance for pretense. If you've wanted to express something that may be construed as a bit controversial and were hesitant, you'll probably feel a bit braver towards the evening because at 4:46 p.m., the moon joins the sun in truth-telling Scorpio. The moon is void from 6:51 a.m. until 4:45 p.m. So during that time, take action only on something you wish to discontinue. Monday after 4:45 p.m. is unfavorable for initiating projects or making important contacts for anything you'd like to see flourish. Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon and sun are still in Scorpio. So these are opportune days to have that challengingly candid and revealing conversation with a loved one. Ask yourself whether there are issues you've been reluctant to acknowledge. Assisting this process is Venus, which is in range of a conjunction with the moon all of Tuesday, making this an ideal day to have that heart-to-heart. If you've got to wait until Wednesday to find the courage or an opening, the moon still remains close to Venus on Wednesday until about 1:30 p.m. Mercury, the planet of communication, is also currently in the sign of Scorpio at the 29th degree. It's the last degree of a sign before moving to the next, and is associated with a need for completion. So you may feel a sense of urgency about clearing the air with someone. But at the same time, Mercury is actually still retrograde, which counsels us to be contemplative. Tuesday and Wednesday are unfavorable for initiating projects or making important contacts for anything you'd like to see flourish. Thursday, we welcome the new moon in Scorpio at 1:46 a.m. The new moon is a time of beginnings and sets the mood for the next moon cycle. The sign of Scorpio is known as the shaman and truth teller. And with retrograde Mercury making a conjunction to the sun and moon, this is a time of continued contemplation of the world through the lens of a Scorpion sensibility, of truth and transformation. This is a time to embrace the shadow, because it's only by addressing difficult and scary truths that we can heal. Now let's talk about wild card Uranus, the planet of thunder and lightning bolts. Uranus is opposing the new moon, so expect the unexpected. And with the moon being out of bounds, it's like this new moon is riding a bucking bronco. An out-of-bound moon's, much like Uranus, is big on an inner locus of control and unpredictability, living life according to inner dictates rather than externally sanctioned guidelines. This is a time when we're less likely to tolerate being prodded to conform. Now again, what I've just described is the mood that's been set by the new moon. But the moon changes signs early in the day, so let's take a look at the effect of this on the rest of Thursday as well as Friday. Thursday and Friday. At 5:26 a.m. Thursday, the moon shifts into Sagittarius, the sign of the philosopher. This is a time in which we can step back from the intensity of the Scorpion moon and be a bit more philosophical about what it all means. Friday, with the moon still in Sagittarius and moving increasingly out of bounds, we might find ourselves feeling like we want to break free of normal routines. And with Mars in conjunction with the moon for much of the day, this will accelerate our need for adventure and independence. Another thing worth mentioning is that on Friday, the moon makes a tense aspect to the south and north nodes, Virgo and Pisces, respectively. This is an opportunity to correct any tendency we have to be overly critical of ourselves or others, and to consciously choose compassion for others as well as self-acceptance. Thursday and Friday are unfavorable for initiating projects or making important contacts for anything you'd like to see flourish. Saturday. Last night at 8:50 p.m., the sun entered Sagittarius. So Saturday starts out with the sun and moon in freedom-loving, exploratory Sag. The moon continues to be increasingly out of bounds, so the need for autonomy is amplified. If I were going to whistle a tune today, it would be Willie Nelson's Don't Fence Me In.
Don't fence me in.
At 5:53 p.m., the tone shifts as the moon moves to serious, work-oriented Capricorn. Saturday, the moon goes void at 4:48 p.m. until 5:53 p.m. So during that time, take action only on something you wish to discontinue. After 5:53 p.m. Saturday is an unfavorable period for initiating projects or making important contacts for anything you'd like to see flourish. Sunday. While the sun in Sagittarius beckons us to new horizons, the Capricorn moon wants to get back to business and put its nose to the grindstone. How can we combine these influences? Perhaps a work trip? Sunday is unfavorable for initiating projects or making important contacts for anything you'd like to see flourish. Thanks for watching. Tune in next Monday for the weekly Starcast. And remember, it's never too late to be who you are. This is Maxine of Inner Calling Astrology, wishing you a blessed week.